We are at the Occoneechee Speedway for the 19th and final race of Season 2 of the SCRL Grand National Series. The number 60 of Omar Gutierrez will lead us to the green flag. Start beside him is the number 64 of Randy Mayhew. Here's the starting lineup for today's race. All 42 cars are here. Entering the season finale, Sebastian Torres, who will be starting in the 15th position, enters this race with a 505-point lead, so he has already locked up the championship. Of course, the Occoneechee Speedway has not been made for NR 2003, so I am using the Lakewood Speedway as a replacement. It's a track that is similar to Occoneechee. Of course, in Season 1, we did not run this race. But the driver who won this race earlier in the season, Owen Carvon, will be looking to sweep here at Occoneechee. Will we have to be coming all the way back from the 31st position if he wants to sweep Occoneechee. So this is it. The championship has already been decided. Sebastian Torres becomes the first ever two-time Cup Series champion in the 2 seasons we have ran here in the Cup Series. '19th and final race of the season. Here are those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
The field is rolling off for the final time here in Season 2. Doesn't look like anybody's having any problems. And there he is, our two-time champion, Sebastian Torres, in the number 16 car. No matter what happens here today, Sebastian Torres will be the champion here for Season 2. We have one final race to go. 18 laps here at Occoneechee, otherwise known as Hillsboro. A very cloudy day. And our final race of the season. It's been a fun season so far. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed this throwback to 1950 as we go through the years of the Cup Series. Pace car pulls in for the final time here in Season 2. Reach up and pull the belts tight one more time. We are racing 18 laps here at Occoneechee. There's a green flag. Omar Gutierrez trying to get past the 64. 64 has a good run coming off turn number 1. Turn number 2. Down the back stretch. Randy Mayhew trying to end his season on a high note. He has the most wins this season so far with 2. Can he get a third? Not able to get around the 60 car. He's fighting back in turn number 4. Here we go. It's a drag race. And leading the first lap will be Randy Mayhew with a good run off turn number 1. He will assume the race lead. And this is trouble. Randy Mayhew, such a consistent driver. And look, here comes the number 2 car of Tyler Mills, our North Wilkesboro race winner. He's trying to end his season on a high note. There's a 65 of Brandon Mayhew, Randy's brother. He's trying to end his season on a high note. In lap number 2, Randy Mayhew. Here comes Omar Gutierrez on the inside line. Not able to get around the 64. Where is our champion? There he is. Sebastian Torres currently running in the 13th position. Back up front. Tyler Mills goes way wide in turn number 4. going to try and use it to his advantage as he tries to catch the number 60 of Omar Gutierrez. You saw the 60 make another peak, but he's just not able to get up to Randy Mayhew. Randy goes wide in turn 2, though. Here comes Omar. Just not able to pass on this very tricky track. Check back on our champion again. There he is, Sebastian Torres. Currently in the 12th position, trying to go past the 43 of Kristen Russell. Kristen Russell just won the last round at Winchester, so he's trying to end his season on back-to-back top 10s. But he's currently in the 11th position, so he needs to get past the driver to be inside the top 10. There you see Nick Kennedy in the fabulous Hudson Hornet. Kennedy visited Victory Lane at the Dayton Speedway for his second Cup Series win, but the first for the fabulous Hudson Hornet, as Tyler Mills has caught Omar Gutierrez. As you can see, most of this track is a high line groove. As you check out some of these other drivers making their last starts of the season, trying to end it on a high note. Randy Mayhew leads them across the start finish line to complete lap number 6. Again, number 7. Nick Kennedy is currently battling with Nathan Ordman. Nathan Ordman has been winless this season. Not what a lot of drivers would want to go through a winless season, but it's still a learning curve for Nathan Ordman. He, of course, won the pole at North Wilkesboro. And you see Sebastian Torres has moved up to the high side as he passes the 43 car. Sebastian Torres is currently in the 11th position now. Back up front, battle for the lead. Here comes Omar Gutierrez on the inside line. Trying to go for his first win and prevent Randy Mayhew from getting his 3rd win of the season. But Randy just gets such a good run off turn number 4. As this time by, we will have 10 laps to go. We have a 3-car breakaway between Randy Mayhew, Omar Gutierrez, and Tyler Mills. Tyler trying to get a run on the high side, being pushed by Brandon Mayhew at the number 12 of Carlos Rodriguez. Tyler just trying to get around Omar, just not able to. 9 laps to go this time by. We have ran this race entirely caution-free. Tyler making the move on the inside, just not able to. As you see, he's losing his traction going into turn number 1. And he's about to get passed by the 65 of Brandon Mayhew, but not able to. Head off towards turn number 3 once again. Randy leaves the bottom of it a little bit. Here comes Omar once again. Laps are slowly winding down. Randy Mayhew, 3 wide for position between Brandon Mayhew, Austin Hiller, and Carlos Rodriguez. As you see, our champion currently is still in the 11th position. looking to end his season on a high note. He has won twice this season. He won at Martinsville. Then he came back and he won on the short track at Charlotte. Now he is trying to be a dominator. He is trying to become the first driver to win 3 times in the Cup Series in one season. Randy also is trying to become the most winningest driver in the SCRL Grand National Series. No driver has won more than twice. He is currently tied with Nick Kennedy for the most wins in a Grand National Series career. As you continue to take a look back, you see Austin Hiller making a move. On the number 12, Carlos Rodriguez, but Rodriguez just gets a good run off turn number 1. And you see Tyler Mills has gotten around Omar Gutierrez. So Tyler trying to get his second ever SCRL sanctioned win. But time is slowly running out. Got 6 laps to go. Currently trailing the field is the 44 car, Chase Miller. Is trying to go around the 3 of Chris Henry. Or Chris Henry is trying to go around Sebastian Torres. Looks like he will on the high side. And he's going to try and pass the 25 of Mike White. Looks like he will. Sebastian Torres, 5 laps to go. Torres trying, just can't get a run on the low line. Up front, Tyler Mills is 0.06 of a second behind Randy Mayhew. Who will make history here today? We will find out in 4 laps. This time by, Randy Mayhew will either score his 3rd win of the season, or Tyler Mills will score his 2nd win of the season. Mills is going to have to try and pass him on the high side because we've seen how cars just don't have the power on the low line. Three and a half laps to go. Tyler Mills backs off just a little bit. He's going to try and get that run going down the front stretch. He is there. Can he do anything with it? He makes a peek. Here he goes. Just again, he just loses momentum, but he's going to try and stay with it. So he'll have 2 laps to go this time by. Tyler Mills is there. He's got the inside line. Just has to back off just a little bit right there, and that's all the momentum Randy Mayhew needs. Off the final turn. Actually, where's the white flag? 1 lap to go instead of 2. Sorry, I got the laps wrong. Battle for 3rd place going on between Omar Gutierrez and Brandon Mayhew. But it's all happening behind Randy Mayhew. He just has to make it back the last half mile. Tyler Mills right there, but he's just not close enough. And in turn number 3. And in turn number 4 for the final time, Randy Mayhew is going to make history off the final turn. He'll become the first driver to win 3 times here in the Grand National Series. Randy Mayhew wins the season finale here at Hillsborough. For that number 64 car. Here are your race results. Randy Mayhew scores his record-setting third win of the season. Second, Tyler Mills. Third, Brandon Mayhew. Fourth, Omar Gutierrez. Fifth, Jeremy Eichel. Sixth, Carlos Rodriguez. Seventh, Austin Hiller. Eighth, Nathan Ortman. Ninth was Nick Kinley. 10th, Chris Henry. And Sebastian Torres, our Season 2 champion, finishes 12th. Good run for him. Rest of the race results, we had all 42 drivers finish the race on the lead lap. No one was out. Well, that is it here at Occoneechee Speedway. We will take you to victory lane for the third time in his Cup Series career with the number 64 of Randy Mayhew. Here are the point standings after the 19th and final round at Occoneechee. Sebastian Torres, it is official after Martinsville is our Season 2 champion. He becomes only the second driver to win 2 championships in a row in one series. Sebastian Torres had 2 wins on the season at Darlington and Martinsville. He had 5 top 5s and 8 top 10s. He won the championship officially by 521 points. Johnson McClellan finishes in the second position in points. He won the season opener at Daytona Beach. He had 4 top 5s and 6 top 10s. Third, Randy Mayhew, the dominant driver of the season. He had 3 wins at the first Martinsville race, Charlotte, and the season finale at Occoneechee. Fourth was Chavez Mitchell. He had 1 win on the season. That was at Langhorne. He had 2 top 5s and 4 top 10s. Finishing 5th in points, Omar Gutierrez. He had no wins on the season, but he had 5 top 5s and 8 top 10s. 6th was Nick Kennedy driving the fabulous Hudson Hornet. He had 1 win on the season. That was at the second Dayton race. He had 6 top 5s and 8 top 10s. 7th was Myron Fielder, who led the field for most of the season, but faltered in the last half of the season. Had no wins, 5 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. 8th, Tyler Mills had a win at North Wilkesboro. He had 6 top 5s and 6 top 10s. Finishing 9th was Patrick White. No wins on the season on a part-time schedule. He had 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. Finishing 10th was Michael Brown. He had no wins, no top 5s, and 4 top 10 finishes. Finishing 11th was Jeremy Eichel. 1 win on the season. That was at the first Vernon event. He had 3 top 5s and 7 top 10s. Finishing 12th in points was Christian Vargas on a part-time schedule. He had 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. Finishing 13th in points was Nathan Ortman. He had 1 pole on the season. That was at North Wilkesboro. He had 3 top 5s and 7 top 10s. Finishing 14th in points was Chris Henry, who won at Monroe County. He had 3 top 5s and 7 top 10s. 15th in points was Chase Miller. No wins on the season. He had 4 top 5s and 6 top 10s. 16th in points was Roger James. No wins, 3 top 5s and 6 top 10s. 17th in points was Doug Hart. No wins, no top 5s, and 4 top 10 finishes. 19th in points, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. He had no wins on the season. He had 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s. 19th in points, Brandon Mayhew, brother to Randy. He had no wins. He had 2 top 5s and 6 top 10 finishes. 20th, Chris Kyle. No wins on the season. He had 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s. 21st in points was Joe Jefferson. He had 1 win on the season. That was at the first Charlotte event. He had 3 top 5s and 4 top 10s. 22nd was Brian Fields, 1 win on the season. That was at the second Vernon event. He had 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s. 23rd in points was Bruce Webster. He had no wins on the season. He had 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s. 24th, Caitlin Coney, no wins on the season. He had 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s. 25th in point was Brett Davison. No wins, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. 26th in points was Dallas Jordan with 1 win on the season. That was at Hamburg. He had 2 top 5s and 4 top 10s. 27th in points was Brian Fox, 1 win on the season. That was at the first Dayton event. He had 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s. 28th in points was Mike White, won the first event at Langhorne. In a part-time schedule, he had 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s. 29th in points was Austin Heller, no wins, 2 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. 30th in points was A.J. Jones, 1 win on the season. That was at Canfield. He had 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s. 31st in points was Carlos Rodriguez, no wins on the season. He had 1 top 5 and 4 top 10s on a part-time schedule. 32nd in points was Owen Carvon. He had 1 win on a part-time schedule. That was at Occoneechee in the first round. At that event, he had 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s. 33rd in points was Sage Griffin. No wins, no top 5s, and 4 top 10 finishes. 34th in points, Jay Jefferson. No wins, 2 top 5s, and 3 top 10s. 35th in points, Marcus Sasachi. No wins, no top 5s, and 5 top 10 finishes. 36 in points, Justin Appleby. No wins, he had 1 top 5 and 3 top 10 finishes. 37th, Billy Kidd. No wins, he had 1 top 5 and 2 top 10 finishes. 38th, Byron Bell. No wins, 1 top 5 and 1 top 10 finish. 39th in points, Kristen Russell. He had 1 win on the season. That was at Winchester. It was his lone top 5, and he had 2 top 10 finishes. 40th in points, Winnie Calhoun. No wins, 1 top 5, 1 top 10. Bob Joseph. No wins, no top 5s, 1 top 10. And finishing last in points this season, Chase Abbott. No wins, no top 5s, and no top 10 finishes. He only scored 11 points in the entire season. Now we go to our statistics for this Season 2. Of course, starts are all the same. Most wins, of course, Randy Mayhew with 3, Sebastian Torres with 1, A.J. Jones, Brian Fields, Brian Fox with 1 apiece. Most top 5s, Nick Kennedy and Tyler Mills with 6 apiece. Myron Fielder, Omar Gutierrez, and our champion, Sebastian Torres, with 5. Most top 10s, Randy Mayhew. He had 9 top 10s out of 19 starts. Nick Kennedy, Omar Gutierrez, and our champion, Sebastian Torres, with 8. Brian Fox with 7. Most polls, of course, goes to Nick Kennedy and the fabulous Hudson Hornet. He had 4. Brandon Mayhew, Brian Fox, Bruce Webster, and Kristen Russell all had 1 apiece. Most laps completed, Myron Fielder, Randy Mayhew, both with 463. Chris Kyle, Dallas Jordan, and Nathan Orman with 462. Most laps led, that will go to our champion, Sebastian Torres. He led 80. Randy Mayhew led 41. Roger James led 36. Tyler Mills led 35. And Nick Kennedy led 32. Most miles completed, Myron Fielder and Randy Mayhew with 389. Sebastian Torres and Dallas Jordan with 388. Chris Kyle with 387. Now we go to our general statistics for this season. The fastest average was Langhorne Speedway, 120.991 miles per hour, won by Chavez Mitchell. Our slowest average was Vernon Fairgrounds, 59.732 miles per hour, won by Jeremy Eichel. Our biggest margin of victory was Vernon Fairgrounds, 3 seconds. Our closest margin was Langhorne. Our fastest pole was Charlotte Speedway, 211.790 miles per hour, 25.497 seconds, won by Sebastian Torres. Our slowest pole was Martinsville by Nick Kennedy, 65.430, 28.941 seconds. Most lead changes, Martinsville with 5. Most leaders, Martinsville with 4. Most yellows, Darlington with 5. Most cars running, Langhorne, all 42. Most DNFs was Darlington, of course, with 18 in that Crash Fest race. Well, that officially concludes Season 2 of the SCRL Grand National Series. Congratulations to our champion, Sebastian Torres, for becoming the first driver to win back-to-back Cup Series championships. We will next see you for sign-ups for Season 8 of the SCRL IROC Series, where only former champions in this entire league will be able to compete. We will have a drawing to see what champions will get to compete. We will have a field of 12 drivers. So good luck to those involved. And we will next see you for the sign-up, for the draw reveal reveal of the IROC series. And until then, keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.